it's been a learning experience, and I've had successful and unsuccessful parts of the season. I've obviously had some wins in my last few races, or last two races, and quite a few podiums, but obviously didn't perform in the big races like Mont Tremblant. So I'm just starting with a new coach this year, Cliff English. So we're both learning what works best for me, and we've learnt a lot this year moving forward into the next seasons. My swim and bike have worked this year, that's for sure. My last race in Port Mac 2 weeks ago, I led wire to wire, so I obviously know my swim bike is really top notch at the moment. My run's developing. It's not a bad run. It's probably been a weakness the last few races because this stage of the year you're pretty much just bouncing around from race to race. I'm not getting the training blocks in, and running for me is all about consistency. I'm not a natural runner, so as soon as I lose that volume, the consistent training, it really starts to show in the races. Yeah, for sure. I think moving forward in my career, looking towards Kona, I'm glad that Kona is the race that it is, and it's a true swim, bike, run test, as opposed to some of the other events going around. It just, watching someone like Sebastian, it just goes to show that the best swim, bike runner on the day in Kona wins the race. Also the smartest as well. But someone like Sebastian, every time he races, it definitely motivates me to keep pushing. Before every race, before Port at least, I spent a couple hours YouTubing videos of him riding a bike. So just to kind of motivate me a little bit. So. There's been discussion this week about drafting rules, specifically in Australia. The reason why I'm not racing Noosa tomorrow is simply because I can't win it. That's first and foremost because my run's not up to scratch, but also because the rules just don't allow an athlete like me to enjoy a fair race. The drafting rule in Olympic distance in Australia is 7 metres, which when you look at it for what it is, it's actually really 5 metres. I'd really like to see that amended, at least to be brought up to the standard of the rest of the world, being 10 metres. So that's something that's really grinding my gears. This year, especially with restructuring of prize money and in general, like KPR stuff, there's been a lot of talk from the pros, a lot of criticisms for WTC, other organisations. Just this whole culture of entitlement from professionals is really quite sad in a sense. Like the sport is not built around pros racing. The sport's built around amateurs racing. I think people forget that at the end of the day, there doesn't have to be a pro series. And for people to always be criticising prize purses, KPR, all sorts of things, I just think it's really quite selfish and immature. I think that a lot of people take what we get for granted, and at the end of the day, to be a professional in any sport, it's just a lot of hard work, and it just seems like too many people are trying to take the shortcuts out of the hard work. I'm taking inspiration from races we've just seen, like Kona. Obviously watching on the sidelines, watching someone like Sebastian just put in an absolutely dominating performance. I'm motivated by personal experiences like Mont Tremblant, racing, blowing to bits on the run. that motivates me to come back next year in Austria and perform to what I think I'm capable of.
Sorry, I didn't know you were filming. It's okay.